Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Harrison Hill. I'm part of the training staff here at the East Memphis Athletic Club in Memphis, Tennessee. So what we're going to talk about today is weightlifting, specifically Olympic weightlifting and specifically the power clean. All right, one of my all-time favorite movements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my friend Sarah come in. She's going to be our test subject. I'm going to take her through a warm-up, a full power clean training session, as well as a cool down to finish things off. All right. So to give you guys a little bit more information and background on her as an athlete, like I said, her name's Sarah. She's a female. She's 26 years old, 5'8", weighs 195 pounds. All right. So as far as her training background and history, she's been lifting for about 4 years. Okay. So she has been doing resistance training, which means weights. So she is comfortable using free weights, barbells, dumbbells, as well as exercise bands and cable machines. So she's familiar with it all, so that's great. Now, she does like to spend most of her time doing the powerlifting compound lifts: squat, bench press, deadlift. That's her area, that's where she is most comfortable, that's where she likes to train. So when it comes to the Olympic lifts, she would be considered a beginner. She has never done a snatch, she has never done a power clean, she has never done a clean and jerk. All right? But as I did mention, she does know how to deadlift and she does know how to front squat. So that will benefit us, save us a little bit of time. We won't have to work on that too much. The main focus I'm thinking with her is going to be that high pull, as well as that transition from the high pull to the catch to get those elbows up and then down and under. That's probably the main area we will focus on. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna have her do a warm-up. So the warm-up will consist of 10, 15 minutes maybe. We'll start her off on something like a treadmill, super light row machine maybe, just to get that heart rate up, that core temperature up, get that blood flowing, make sure she's ready to go. All right, so after that, we're gonna move towards the specific muscles and movements that we're going to be using during that power clean. Okay, so I'm gonna have her warm up her shoulders, I'll have her warm up her lats, I'll have her warm up her core, glutes, all that good stuff, make sure she's ready to go. And then all those prime movers are locked in, engaged. All right, so once we get to the main training session, one of the first things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down all those sub movements that go into a full power clean. All right, so that being that deadlift, that high pull, that front squat. All right, so we're gonna work on each individual movement. And then once I am confident that she can do all those individually, the last thing we're gonna do is put it all together, just try to mesh it into one fluid movement. All right, so after we're done with that, we'll finish with a nice little cool down. The cool down will mimic the warm up in the sense that it'll be another 10 to 15 minutes. We'll start her off, same thing, treadmill, row machine, just to have the opposite effect at that point. Bring that heart rate down a little bit, get her breathing normalized, get everything settled, and then we'll go on to our more specific things like static stretching of those muscles that we use during the power cleans. So without further ado, let's head over to the gym and get it going. So now that we know a little bit more about Sarah as an athlete, we're going to take her through a short little warm-up before we begin her actual barbell training. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna warm up her shoulders. All right, so she's gonna take this bar, she's gonna do a couple rotations back to front. All right, get everything working, make sure those shoulders are opened up, ready to go. All right, so Sarah's just going to demonstrate a couple of each exercises. Normally I would have her do probably 1 to 2 sets of each exercises, anywhere from 5 to 10 reps, to make sure that, like again, she's warmed up, ready to go. All right, you good on that one. So the next thing I'm going to have her do is open up your lats a little bit. So you're going to come over here, put your elbows up. All right, and you're just going to lean into that position. All right. Alright, come out of it, and then lean right back into it. Alright, so this is a preacher or prayer stretch, and again, just working on opening up those shoulders and lats. Alright, so you can hop over here on the mat now. So the next thing we're going to do is a bird dog. So these. And hands. Alright, so opposite leg, opposite arm. Yep. Alright, so still warming up everything, making sure her posterior chain is engaged, ready to go. Alright, so this is going to warm up her core muscles as well as her glutes. Alright, you can flip over and you're going to do a couple glute bridges. So usually whenever I'm having someone warm up, I like to work from the top down. So starting with the shoulders, then go to the lats, core, butt, legs, so on. Alright. So again, like I said, normally I would have her do probably 2 sets of 10 reps with these glute bridges to make sure everything's engaged. Alright, you're good to go. And the very last thing is I'm going to have her do a banded cupid press. Alright, so she knows what to do, so you can go ahead and do a couple reps. So this one, I'm mainly having her do this because she has a little bit of trouble dipping to one side. So I'm going to have her do this on that side that's lacking to make sure those rotator cuff muscles are aligned with that, like I said, that posterior chain. Get it to go all the way down. Make sure she's warmed up, all right? So she's just doing a one-arm row. She'll hold it, rotate, keeping that elbow out straight, and then she'll do a nice press up and then reverse it all.